Good day. I'm here with Mega Movie Numbers for you all. This is where we run down physical media by the numbers. First, we take a look at the top 20 selling 4K Ultra HD discs of a previous week. I give you my thoughts and recommendation on every single title there so you can make more informed buying decisions in the future for your collection needs. And then, of course, we look at the market share breakdown. We look at all the different disc formats you love, DVDs, Blu-rays, 4Ks, see how well they're selling in comparison to one another. And I'm still super excited with the 4K numbers. And then, of course, we take a look at the state of physical media. How's physical media doing overall? We speculate, we take some educated guesses, we look at trends, and we just have a great time talking them movies. So if it sounds like you are in the right spot, my friend, go ahead and merely smash that like and subscribe. That way stay super entertained and up to date on all the latest physical media topics. And leave in the comments below, what have you been noticing out there in the physical media world as of recent? What titles have you been picking up and enjoying? But let's go ahead and get into the list of bungers. So first here up at the bottom, got A Nightmare on Elm Street from Warner. Nightmare is definitely having some staying power, and that's pretty amazing. We're already getting through, these holiday months, and it's still sticking around. I thought it was going to be maybe only, around for a week or two max, but wow, people are still picking it up. I'm waiting for it to get a substantial discount, but it is a great movie. Of course, next up, got Edge of Tomorrow from Warner. That movie definitely got discounted for the holidays. I love that movie. Action, sci-fi thriller with Tom Cruise, Emily Blunt. Really fun, inventive movie. If you have not yet seen it, I highly recommend. Next up, we got a new one here with Hush from Shout Studios. I'm super excited that Shout Studios put this one out. I remember seeing it on streaming, and then it disappeared off of streaming, but it was a really good movie. Kind of almost gave me a Quiet Place vibes, but with like a home invasion slasher. So I'm going to pick that one up eventually. Next up, got Twistos, twisting it up from Universal. I still need to pick up that movie. I'm sure it looks and sounds great on the 4K. Next up, we got the Dune 2 film collection from Warner. The Dune movies are spectacular. If you're into sci-fi action, they are some of the greatest ones ever made, in my opinion. And I just picked up part 2, so I can't wait to watch it at home. Next up, we got The Grinch from Universal. Yes, The Grinch is always a classic, and I believe it did get a little bit of a discount there for the holidays. So yeah, awesome for the whole family to enjoy. Next up, we got Blade Runner, the final cut from Warner. Sci-fi action movie that shows up from time to time on this list. I don't love it as much as most people. I like it well enough. I appreciate it well enough. But I don't know. I think I like the sequel a little bit better for some reason. Next up, we got Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse from Sony Pictures. Of course, one of the best animated franchises of all time now. Can't wait for that part 3. Next up, we got a new one here with Paper Moon from Criterion. I'm super excited to pick this one up in the next Criterion sale. I heard it's like kind of a romance movie of sorts, maybe some comedy sprinkled in there. So I need to check that out. I love Criterion's comedies, so I can't wait to see that one in the future. Definitely sounds like it's in my wheelhouse. Next up, we got The Thing from Universal. This one just always pops up randomly. Sometimes it'll pop up in spooky season month, and then sometimes around the holidays because it gets a little bit of a discount. But it's a John Carpenter masterpiece, worth it just to see the practical effect work alone. Then next up, we got Gladiator from Paramount. Gladiator 2 is out, doing great globally. I really like both of the Gladiator movies. Of course, the first one is a masterpiece, so you need that one in the collection. But the sequel isn't bad either, so I highly recommend checking that one out if you enjoyed the first one. Next up, got The Shining from Warner. Kind of like The Thing. It's like a spooky season movie, but also like an alternative holiday title in a way, just because of the snowy setting. Very cold in some of the scenes, I guess you could say. So yeah, you need that one in the collection too. A Stanley Kubrick title. A lot of people consider that one a masterpiece. Next up, we got Harry Potter, the complete 8-film collection from Warner. I used to always consider this, once again, kind of like the other ones we were just talking about, a spooky season type of franchise, but a lot of people apparently watch these during the holidays because there are some wintry scenes in there. They do have some holiday moments. So, yeah, that's very cool that those kind of just, go across a bunch of months in the year. Fantastic. Fall to winter. I love it. Next up, we got a new one here with The Shape of Water from Criterion, Guillermo del Toro. I absolutely love this movie. I believe it's the Best Picture winner too. I think it's a masterpiece. It's just so well filmed, and I just like the look to it all. It kind of looks, I guess, like kind of Bioshock, I guess you could say. but it's a romance movie, a unlikely sci-fi romance, but definitely a romance in there. So I really like that movie quite a bit. I already have a 4K, but the Criterion is tempting. Next up, gotta have the Batman from Warner. Of course, the Batman is a great movie. We're still waiting on the sequel here. Apparently, the sequel is going to be, snowy and wintry with Mr. Freeze. So we'll see how that works out. Man, I feel like we've been waiting for that movie for years, though. But yeah, the first one was solid enough. Next up, we got Dune Part 2 from Warner. Of course, two film collection to be on there. Part 2 standalone will be there. Like I said, I just picked mine up when it got super discounted. Can't wait to plug in the disc. Next up, we got Godzilla minus one now falling to the third spot, but that's still pretty darn good. This is from Toho. I still need to pick up this one. I heard it looks and sounds amazing on the 4K. I mean, they were able to do such spectacular work with the visual effects on such a low shoestring budget. So, yeah, it has to get into the collection at some point. And next up, same thing with this one, Deadpool and Wolverine, Disney and Marvel. Super fun movie into the franchise. And Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds just had a great chemistry about them. The play off each other was just fantastic. Really great action moments too. Definitely a fun superhero film. So maybe we'll get this kind of in the future. Yeah, maybe. Next up, number one here. Number one, this one's surprising. And now Beetlejuice takes the number one spot from Warner. Once again, I guess this is having some crossover into the holidays from spooky season month. Really fun sequel there, in my opinion. I think they did probably the best they could with how many years it was made later. So I enjoyed it in theaters. I will get into the collection at some point. But there we go. Those were the top, I guess, 20 selling 4Ks of that week. Once again, let me know in the comments which were your favorites that you picked up out of that list. And of course, I mean, amazing work being done by the studios there. The studios did a wonderful job there. A lot of them getting into the mix with the holiday deals. We did have a couple Criterion titles in there and, a Shout title, but really was the studios going to heavy left right there. So that's pretty darn cool. But it's the holiday deals, right? 4Ks for under 13 bucks. How can you pass some of these up like Dune Part 2? Just, I had to pick it up now, right? So let's talk about the market share breakdown. Let's bring up the most previous chart that was listed, and of course the one before that. Now, 4Ks did have a drop. We're now just right under 20% from above 30% the other week in comparison, but that's still not bad. Around 20% is fantastic for 4Ks. I think that is showing this is more of a collector's market now, and so the collectors that are actually picking up physical media now are leaning towards some more premium formats. So I guess that's a good sign for 4Ks. I don't know if it's a great sign for physical media overall. We do need some casuals to collect them DVDs too, but let's look at the Blu-ray numbers first. Now, Blu-rays did go up a little bit. Once again, if you don't have it on 4K, it's only a Blu-ray release. It's a new movie. You got to pick up at least a Blu-ray, right? High definition, like I said, collectors market more now, where we're seeing those premium formats appreciated. Now, DVDs at 51.2%. So DVDs are still alive and well. They're still half the market share. So you still got the casuals shopping in the Walmarts, picking up a Hallmark or Lifetime movie, a Christmas classic, when they get their, cabbage and other groceries out there. I don't know why cabbage just popped into the mind first vegetable. I don't know. But anyway, they're picking up the groceries. They're picking up some new holiday slipcovers on their DVDs, apparently. Apparently that's catching someone's eye. But there we go. That's really what's happening right now with the, market share breakdown with the home entertainment charts, as it will. But let's think about the state of physical media right now. What's going on with the state of physical media? We are talking the trends here. So we got collecting going on. Yes, I bet collecting is probably declining from year to year as usual. We don't have as many people picking up physical discs, so it really is a collecting niche market. I think every year more and more of the casual collectors go away. They get away from movies all entirely, or they jump on to streaming, which is a terrible sign for movies in general. But we've had some good theatrical release weekends as of late with like Wicked and Gladiator 2 and Moana 2. So that is a good sign for movies overall. So we need those young fans to come in to the movie arena, get really appreciating the movies out there, because that's the thing. That's the key right there. Get the young generation more interested in movies. I know they're really more interested in like video games right now. They love to be on their phone constantly going over the mobile games. But we got to get more interested in movies for them. If we got that, we got the younger generation filling in as older generations pass away, and we keep this movie loving hobby alive. And I think movies have to be out there working together. We have to have theatrical working with physical media. And yes, there is a place for streaming. I think if we can all three work together there, that's just going to increase movie fandom. And then each little area will get more consumers overall. We'll get more people to collecting. We'll get more people to streaming. We'll get more people to the theater. But at least the movie appreciation will rise. That's what we're hoping for. But we'll see if that actually happens in the future years. But the holiday deals is doing great for at least people getting into collecting physical media again. Maybe they were gone a little while, but now they can pick up 4Ks for, like I said, under $13. They're just stocking up their collection on ultra high definition right now, and that is fantastic. So I love to see that. So overall, still collecting is good for the collector's market, but once again, we gotta help the movie appreciation overall, I think. So hopefully this year ends strong with a banger. But there we go. Those are just my current thoughts right now on what's going on in the physical media collecting and the movie going world. Of course, you guys are going to have to share your comments down below. What do you think is happening with movies out there? Can movies sustain for decades to come? What do you think is going to happen with collecting and streaming and theater going? And let's just have a dialogue back and forth with everybody in the comments, a friendly film fan discussion, of course. But the way we communicate is the way we actually bring up this collecting market. So let's have those fun, awesome conversations below. Of course, if you haven't already, go ahead and jingle that like and subscribe for the holidays. Of course, turn on that notification bell. That way you're alerted when a new physical media number breakdown video posts. And of course, have a great day watching and talking the movies, my friends. And of course, you love this physical media topic. Go ahead and merely smash the next video right now. And thank you so much, my mega membership supporters. If you love talking and collecting movies, consider joining the Mega League of Film Fans through memberships to support content creation while gaining access to perks like shoutouts, exclusive videos, and future topic choices.